Hey everyone, it's TJ with Avidyne. In the following brief video, we're going to be discussing the IFD interface with the Avidyne AXP340 panel mount transponder. As always, the following information is for reference use only. For FAA approved data, please refer to the IFD installation manual. Make sure you're looking at the latest revision. Alright, so to jump right in, there is a requirement for the ADSB mandate for the AXP340 transponder to have a squat switch input. We recommend that be driven from the IFD, the pseudo weight on wheels output on the P1001 connector pin 8 out to the squat switch input on the transponder. We're going to configure that guy for low when on ground. On the transponder side, there's no configuration on the IFD side. If it's wired up, it'll be there. What that does is it puts out a discrete ground on pin 8 based on GPS ground speed. So anything below 35 knots GPS ground speed, it's going to be a low or a discrete ground. Above 35 knots GPS ground speed, that line should open, and it'll be treated just like a traditional weight on wheels or a traditional squat. Again, that is a requirement for ADSB compliance. And then we have an RS-232 output from the IFD to the AXP340. On the IFD side, we're going to set that output to ADSB AVI. On the AXP340 side of things, we're going to set that GPS input for trig ADSB. The GPS line speed is going to be 9600 BPS, 9600 baud rate, and then NACV for velocity is going to be less than 10 meters per second, and the system certification level is C. Now the IFD is actually certified to a level B, but since the AXP340 itself is only certified to a level C, we have to set that for level C. Now, it should be noted the AXP340 also requires a serial altitude input for itself. It also is capable of repeating out serial altitude data in an Icarus format, but it is not advised to use that to provide altitude data to the IFD. It can cause an altitude loop. You can have all kinds of issues. So the recommendation is whatever you're using for a serial encoder, if you don't already have altitude going to the IFD, just parallel those lines so the IFD can take in the same serial altitude that the AXP340 is, and you should avoid any heartaches there. What you want to be careful of anytime you're passing altitude around in the aircraft is to make sure that everything has the same source. So that's the best way to do that. As always, if you have any questions, contact us at techsupport@avidyne.com. And thanks for watching. See you in the next one.